Welcome to the Movie Madhouse. I'm Rob.
I'm Jason.
And we're Jamesless.
We're Jamesless.
Yes.
Yeah.
Poor guy's under the weather.
Supposedly.
Yes.
Supposedly.
Yeah. We need a doctor's note, James.
Exactly.
Because I know you're listening.
Yep.
Doctor's note.
Doctor's note. For sure.
That's right.
Unacceptable, sir.
I know, especially for the topic today.
I told him to walk it off.
Right? I saw that. That was perfect. It's just a little death. Walk it off.
But yeah, we're revisiting our Christmas movies.
'Tis the season.
And it's been a couple years since I think we've done this fully.
Yep.
So, things have changed.
Exactly.
I told you earlier, I found my last list, and there's still some things there, but it has changed considerably because there's been some newer films.
Yep. I know one or two new ones have been added to my list.
Yep. So, yeah. But before we get to that,
yes,
there's some news. There's something happening in a few months.
Yes. And tickets just opened on the 1st.
Oh,
CKX
Expo.
Yes. I tend to go on a lot about CKX, but our 10th show is coming up.
10th show getting bigger and better every year.
Yes.
2 days.
2 days. This is our first 2-day show.
Are you stressed out already?
I'm very stressed out, but it's going to be fun. It is going to be so. I'm having fun planning the schedule. One thing I was just about to tell you before we went on the air, I'm going to say it on the air. Okay. That way Al can't back out.
Oh,
Al Ruddick, the wrestling chameleon, will be running a wrestling trivia contest.
Oh,
yes.
Ho ho.
So,
am I eligible?
I think anybody's eligible.
Okay.
Because literally, it will only be people sitting in attendance.
Okay.
And the ultimate judge will be Al.
Okay.
So he will be deciding who wins, who loses.
I may do pretty well in that.
Yes. And I'm honestly thinking about getting some cool oddball prizes.
Okay.
For that.
That's cool.
Don't know what yet, but still in the early stages. But I got a hold of Al, I think it was yesterday, actually.
Okay. And
said, hey, buddy, want to do a wrestling trivia? He goes, wrestling. Don't know if I know a lot about it, but I'll give it a shot. But no, yeah, he said if we needed him for anything, he said, just name it. And it's like, well, this would be
there we go,
right up your wheelhouse. And I know people will have fun doing a wrestling trivia.
Oh, yeah. Wrestling is still hugely popular.
Oh, yeah. I've seen it on TV once in a while.
Yeah, it's I don't watch, but I still follow the news and whatnot. Although I've been pulling back a little bit because I'm tired of hearing about a certain person who made his return recently, and I don't want to. I don't want to talk. No, I don't want to hear his name. Okay, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of that garbage. So no, I don't care. But I follow. I pay attention, and I check out like highlights, or I'll look for the good matches when people are heralding and all that stuff. So, I'm all in on that. I'm still up to date. I just don't watch.
Gotcha. I'm like that, except I'm not up to date.
Well, put it this way. Okay. Put it this way. I saw an article or somebody posted last week. So All Elite Wrestling and WWE both have AEW has 5 hours worth of programming between 3 shows, and WWE has 5 hours of programming between 2, not including NXT, their development brand. The AEW shows had 50% actual wrestling on their shows. One show actually had 53%. WWE had like 38%.
It's all show, baby.
It's all talking and promos and stupid angles. Not enough wrestling on a wrestling show. That's why I don't watch.
Yep.
I prefer my wrestlers to wrestle.
Right?
So
that's in the name.
Yeah.
It goes without saying.
Although, yes, Vince McMahon, they're not wrestlers. They're sports entertainers.
They're wrestlers.
Yeah.
Even if you go in the old sense, they're in the ring, they're swapping sweat with each other, flopping around. That is wrestling.
That is wrestling.
Exactly.
Yes. But Vince doesn't run the show anymore. So
theoretically,
He doesn't.
Of course not.
He doesn't.
Of course not.
He doesn't.
Absolutely.
He's one step out the door. The Endeavor bought the company, and they are looking to get rid of him because he is problematic.
Looking to get rid of him.
Triple H runs the show.
One step out the door. He's in the building, dude.
Triple H runs creative, though.
Of course he does.
All the reports say Vince has nothing to do with creative.
All the reports.
You don't even watch. What are you talking about?
I know Vince McMahon.
Well, yeah, there is. I know he has a history.
Building, his little fingers in there.
He has
somewhere.
a history. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So we are going to learn more on April 27th to 28th with Al. I don't know what questions he's going to come up with.
Yeah, who knows?
So it could be a mixed bag.
That is a deep reservoir, depending on how obscure he might want to go to really throw people off.
Yep.
My guess is he'll probably keep to the main stuff, but you just never know.
Exactly. It'd be cool to have one or two really deep cut questions.
Yeah. Go back to like NWA, way back when era, you know.
And then, some super easy ones like, okay, who was the wrestler who fought Rocky? Just super simple ones like that. But it's
the
up
Nerf tosses.
Yes. It's up to him. So I'm anxious to see not only how he does it, but how he presents it.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. See, there was briefly years ago a show on Comedy Channel called Beat the Geeks, and they had a comic book geek, a movie geek, and whatnot. Movie geek and TV geek were regular, but they would always cycle out a third geek, and they one time had a wrestling geek on there.
Oh, cool!
And
was it Al?
No.
Oh,
no, I don't even.
They lost out on that.
I highly doubt it was, but that guy. I believe even he got one question wrong, if I remember correctly.
Really?
And he was their geek. But they didn't always get them right. So, it's possible.
They're human still.
Yes.
But
the guy did know what Dwayne Johnson's first wrestling gimmick name was, which not a lot of people would know because that wasn't on television.
True.
His name was Flex Cavana.
Wonder why he changed it.
Oh, well, yeah, I wonder.
It's like the ringmaster.
Oh, yeah.
But along with that, we were also just talking. We have almost a mini Degrassi reunion going on because it has been publicized a lot that we're having Pat and Stacy come. Joey and Caitlin are going to be at CKX.
My daughter's giddy.
Yes. Well, she's giddier, as we now know.
Yes.
Dan Woods, who played Mr. Radich, is also going to be in attendance.
Who I've never watched the show, but according to my daughter, that's the bastard that shot Jimmy, a.k.a. Drake.
That's what I'm hearing.
He put Drake in a wheelchair.
I might need to watch that episode,
Yeah.
Just to find out.
So, now getting 3 Degrassi people, this is going to be a draw, I think, because I know my daughter's not alone in her Degrassi love.
Oh my God, no! I've so many people. Oh, I love Degrassi. It's like this.
I could never get into it, so I never got into it.
I got to be honest. I've never watched a second of it.
Neither have I.
And Pat rides me about that a lot. Like he's already told me. He goes, "Look, a week before the show, I'm sending you a quiz, and if you don't get it right, I might not be there."
Put it this way: my familiarity with early Degrassi, like Degrassi junior high days, was I would see the opening credits, the opening theme song after You Can't Do That on Television aired.
Okay.
Because I believe You Can't Do That on Television was on at 5, and then Degrassi started at 5:30 or something like that.
I did watch that show.
Of course.
We need to find people from that. I'll get Alanis Morissette. I heard she was from that show.
She was on that show.
Right? Yeah. There we go. Easy peasy.
I think I heard something about Ryan Reynolds being on there at one point too, but I don't know. I haven't confirmed that.
Canadiana, it wouldn't surprise me.
He would have been really young for that.
Yeah.
But
12.
Yeah, but still. It's possible. So, he's not that busy.
Yeah, it's true. That is true.
Multi-companies.
He's doing anything right now. Yeah.
Oh, he's wearing a red mask again.
Oh,
playing with his friend Hugh.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Those wacky guys.
But he's got so many side businesses now too.
Oh my God. He's got gin. He's got mobile phones.
He just bought, I think he's got the football team, Wrexham, which has a show, like a TV show behind it. And he's bought into an F1 racing team.
He's going, what am I going to do with this pile of cash?
Well,
look.
I see it more as the acting thing's only going to last so long.
Oh, he's smart.
So
He's so smart. He's getting buckets of cash right now, investing it.
and he's a great marketing genius. Like all
Yeah.
his commercials and stuff. He just put out one now for the Sick Kids organization. And he's like, I love the little bastards or something like that. Like
Who needs to do that as Deadpool? That would be fun.
yeah.
Let me see who else. We have the Degrassi people coming.
Yep.
We have Katie and Carissa Strange, Chatham's own. Not only have they been in Scare Tactics and Carrie and all sorts of stuff, they have just wrapped their own film this summer.
Nice.
Which hopefully will be done by April. So we'll see
Very
how that
cool.
goes.
Very cool.
Let me see. Janice Blythe finally is able to come. Last year she was sick.
Yep.
Literally the
So,
day before.
fingers crossed.
Yep. From The Hills Have Eyes, like the Wes Craven original.
Yeah, which I've never seen, but I will be watching it. Like
Oh.
I'm definitely gonna be. I've been trying to go through some of those 80 slasher horrors and stuff.
Michael Berryman is amazing in that film.
That's his most iconic role.
Yep.
So yeah, I've been curious. I've been on a bit of a kick on trying to catch up on some of the 80s horrors that I skipped because of my childhood.
Yeah, I hear you. And then we also have Leilani Shu, who is Tika the Jawa from Obi-Wan and Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, those two.
Okay.
She plays Tika. She's the one that steals Obi-Wan shit and then tries to sell it back to him.
Okay.
She is that one.
Okay.
Yes. And then finally, Jeanette Goldstein.
Vasquez.
Yes. Right? Or
Yes.
John Connor's foster mom.
John Connor's foster mom, or I can never remember the name, but from Near Dark.
Diamondback. Oh, I remember.
Yeah. I wanted to say something like Snake-like, but I couldn't think of it. So.
But she's also been in Lethal Weapon 2,
Oh, yeah.
24.
She's been around.
Titanic.
Really?
Briefly.
It's been too long.
She only has basically a cameo in there. She at the very end, when everything's going down, she's the Irish mom holding on to her kids in the bed.
Okay.
That
was
Jeanette.
Probably a Cameron. Hey, come and sit in the boat.
Well, dude, look at her two biggest movies, T2 and Aliens.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's got a connection to Cameron.
Yes, she does. Aliens was her first movie.
Really?
Yeah.
That was before Near Dark?
Near Dark was 87. Aliens was 86.
Really?
Catherine Bigelow is casting this, and she's like, James, I'm poaching your cast. Are you okay with this?
For some reason, I always think that Near Dark came first.
No, it was after.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
But yeah, and that's my geek out moment is Jeanette Goldstein.
That's exciting. Come on.
When we got her, it was like
Vasquez is, she's an icon.
Yeah.
That character is iconic.
And I consider Near Dark to be the most underrated vampire movie ever.
Yes. I would agree.
Because it's not well known, but it is so good.
Yes, it is.
Other than the ending.
It's, to my mind, it's one of the best for a modern vampire setting.
Yeah.
They
never ever once say the word vampire.
No. But they don't need to.
Exactly. It's kind of evident.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's it. And then Rufus the Impala is coming back too.
Nice. Always good to have.
That car has been here 4 times and is more popular every time it comes.
What about Deadpool?
Deadpool was here last year.
Right.
We've only got room for 1 car this year.
Oh.
Yes.
Ooh.
So I know. I love that car.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
And his costumes.
Yeah.
He had multiple costume changes.
I may try and figure out some way, but at the moment, unfortunately, there's only the room for the 1 car.
But
I know.
Okay, whatever. Fired code and all that crap. Whatever.
I know. Just stack them.
There you go. There we go.
Yes. That's the photo op, all right.
Yeah.
My picture taken with 3 cars. We also have the 501st coming back.
Nice.
We have something going on in this Movie Madhouse podcast lounge.
We do?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Just ask the guy in charge. Nope, dude, I'm looking at you.
Oh, okay. What I don't know yet. You have to throw out the feelers there to see who wants to come in.
But there'll be stuff. We're gonna have stuff going on in the lounge this year.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yes. Just if you know anybody who's got a podcast out there, if you want to come to CK Expo and do a little live show or just come and sit and chat, whatever, just shoot us a line.
Yes. And
I'll make it work.
Also, the stages will be a little different this year.
Yeah.
Yes. We had 2 stages. We had our main stage and our cosplay stage.
Yep.
Now we just have 1 main stage that'll have the cosplay contest.
Okay.
The other area is actually going to be Defender's Realm for the kids,
Okay.
and there'll be stuff going on the stage for the children.
Ah, okay,
So
nice.
we're expanding that a little more.
That's cool.
Yes.
That's cool. You get a little bit more for the kids because I know kids get bored with that stuff pretty quick, right?
Yes, they can.
So
Yeah.
that's cool.
Sylvia with Enchanted Adventures in Windsor, she nails it every year. And now that she's got a stage, you can see her hands are going like this, and she's like, exactly. So I'm
Awesome.
excited to see what's going to happen.
Awesome.
But that's all the news we have right now on CKX.
All right.
But tickets are available. The way it works, it's tickets are $15 in advance for a day, Saturday or Sunday, or $25 for the weekend.
Okay.
At the door, it's going to be $20 a day, and it's either 35 or 40. We're not sure yet. At the door for a weekend pass.
Okay.
So obviously, best bet, get out there, get a weekend pass,
Yeah,
and you're golden.
Get your advance tickets. Do you have a cutoff date for advance tickets, or is it right up to the show?
Basically, right up until the day before the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's at the GME, 55 St. Clair Street, right across from 7-Eleven.
Yep.
Can't say I practiced.
I know where that
a lot.
place is.
Yes. Yeah, and he's like having Chris as the home of CKX is amazing because we do a show there every month, and he has so many games to play.
I know.
You know, we go in there every time. It's like, oh, we got to play this one, and then this one, and then this one, and then this one,
and then I want to play some of them again because they're so much fun.
Exactly. That one we played last was great.
Space Base was a lot of fun. I get tired of losing all the time. I've only won one. All the times we've been there, I've only won one.
No, true, but you won it twice on the same night.
That's true.
That was that My Bloody Valentine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You won both games back to back.
Yeah. And that one went like really quick because just the right rolls and boom, it's over. You know?
Exactly.
So, but yeah, Space Base was awesome. So
I need to get that game.
The big expansion, the full.
I get it all. I can't go halfway. I need it all. All right, time to get to our list.
Yeah.
Now, first thing I have to ask.
Yep.
You posted a video.
Yes.
And said, this makes me angry or.
Well, and now I did not write the list of what they show, but it was a Watch Mojo top 20 of Christmas movies of the since the year 2000.
Right.
Okay. Modern Christmas movies. They had some serious omissions that I was surprised by. Not even honorable mentions.
Okay.
But I want to say 2/3 out of the 20 films I never even heard of.
I know, right? Almost like it's a sell tactic.
Yeah, that's why. Like, come on, that's bull. And like a couple of them were foreign,
Japanese anime.
There was one, yes. But I don't want to get into like getting into like an anti-woke thing. But there was a couple of them that were specifically for the like an LGBTQ kind of thing, and I'm like, come on, that's you're losing the point of Christmas by pushing that kind of stuff.
Gay people have Christmas.
I
too.
get that, but to make that a center point, it's just what constitutes a Christmas movie. We've had this argument over and over and over again as to what qualifies as a Christmas movie.
Yep.
For me, my criteria will always be it has to deal with Santa Claus, the Christmas spirit, the magic of Christmas. Okay. It can't just be set on Christmas Day. It can't be considered a Christmas movie because there's a Christmas tree in the background.
Right.
It has to deal with something that's specifically Christmas related.
Right. Like Die Hard.
No, that's exactly the argument against.
No, Die Hard's
I don't want to have that argument, but that's the criteria I stick to.
Fair enough.
Okay. It's not, I will not consider it a Christmas movie for me if it doesn't involve the Christmas spirit, the meaning of Christmas, Santa Claus, anything like that. Okay. I won't include it because again, I refreshed and I looked up a list of Christmas movies, and going through that list, there's a bunch on there. Like, why is that considered? Why?
I can just see your blood pressure going up. No,
it's like,
no.
It's painful sometimes the stretch that people will go to call something a Christmas movie. And it's all because of fucking Die Hard. Die Hard was the first one that people really make that argument.
It's true.
And anyways, would you like to hear my number 10?
Let's get to number 10.
We have done this list a few years ago, but it has been severely updated. So outside of my top 3, which hasn't really changed, my list is considerably different now. So I am starting out with from 1998, Jack Frost, starring Michael Keaton.
Jack Frost. I don't recall Santa in that movie.
But it's set at Christmas. It's about the Christmas spirit. The magic of Christmas brings his dad back to life.
Okay, fair enough.
As a snowman.
I can't argue that.
So, it's a modified version of Frosty, if you will.
Yeah.
Which nobody will ever doubt that that's a Christmas thing. So come on now.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that movie will just always hold a spot in my heart. And believe me, considering the length of my honorable mentions, it just made the cut with my adjustments to my list. So yeah, I like that movie so much. It's one that I do watch every year. So, and that's another factor in here. I had to make some adjustments of movies that I haven't really revisited.
Oh,
so,
okay. If you don't revisit them, then they're not.
They can't be in my top 10.
That's
so
true.
if I haven't revisited it, it doesn't make my top 10 anymore. So
okay, fair enough.
So yeah, Jack Frost is my number 10.
Mine, Edward Scissorhands is one of my favorite Christmas movies. It does have the Christmas spirit because they bring him down and they feed him and they clothe him and they treat him as part of the family.
You're stretching a bit. You are stretching. I'm not going to make the argument. I'm not. If you want to call it a Christmas movie, that's fine.
I watch this every Christmas.
That's fine.
That's what we'll go with.
Okay, fine. And that is a good movie. I haven't rewatched it in a long time though. It was not one of my favorite for Tim Burton. So,
oh really?
Yeah, it didn't hold me like others have. So, I haven't gone back to it. Okay. But I do acknowledge that it was a good movie.
Oh, Greg's here. Greg says Christmas Vacation should top everyone's list.
Get out, Greg.
I get it. Spoiler, it's not on my list.
It's not on mine. I've made that perfectly clear. Yep. That movie does not work for me.
I have fun with it. It's just not, I watch it because Christina loves it. I don't watch it because I want to watch it. Oh, and then he said Office Christmas Party is one of my top. Number 2. Okay.
That one was fun. It's not in my list or not even an honorable mention, but I do remember that one, and that one was fun.
It's not on mine because I don't think I've seen it.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
It kind of went under the radar. It had a little bit of buzz when it came out, but it wasn't a huge hit or anything. So,
there's Matt. Christmas Vacation is my favorite too.
That's everybody's favorite. For some reason, everybody loves it, but it didn't catch me. It doesn't work for me.
It's fun.
Yes.
But and again, just speaking from my point of view, I get talked a lot about it by certain people.
Mm-hmm.
So it diminishes it for me.
I see. So, Crystal's favorite is on my list, and yeah, she watches it year round. So, but I'm not sick of it because I do enjoy it.
Ryan has a very good list.
Oh boy.
Lethal Weapon, First Blood, Die Hard 3. Or Die Hard 3-way tie.
Ryan is doing that specifically to poke me because we had this conversation recently. So
Robert says, hi guys, I'm grouping some flicks together by genre. Number 10 are movies that happen at Christmas.
Holy cow, look at the list there.
Die Hard, Batman Returns, Gremlins, Guardian of the Galaxy Holiday Special, and Edward Scissorhands. See, Holiday Special, you could fit though, because it talks about Santa and his laser beam eyes and rocket launchers.
Yep.
That whole song right at the beginning. It's all about Santa.
Yeah.
Oh, and Matt did say love Home Alone. Okay. I do too. It didn't make my list, and I'm wondering why now.
Again, that's one I haven't revisited. So that's why it didn't make my top 10. It's in my honorable mentions, but it didn't make my top 10.
Well, what's your number 9?
My number 9 is 2004, The Polar Express.
The Polar Express?
Yes. That movie, that's one of those ones that purely is the magic of Christmas. And it was an original coming from a book that I'd never heard of. So it really took me by surprise at just how raw the CGI rendering that they use. The art style is really cool, but Tom Hanks does some phenomenal work in there with multiple roles.
Yeah,
I didn't know where that was going to go, and it also features a small cameo from Eddie Deason.
That is true.
So
the smart aleck kid.
Yep.
Robert did turn here. Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon is normally on my list. I left it off this year.
Okay.
Because I knew certain people's
Yeah.
So I left that one off. But it's okay because the other ones I picked are good too.
Okay.
My number 9, How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Which one?
Jim Carrey.
The Jim Carrey?
Yes.
That's my number 2.
Number 2.
That is my number 2 Christmas movies because it is such a great rendition of that story. Oh, the animated, we grew up with it. You know, it's in our DNA basically. But what Ron Howard did with that flick, on.
Oh, and James Carrey was born to play that character.
Yes, he was. There was rumors going around recently that they were talking about doing a sequel or not, but that's been debunked. That is definitely not happening.
That's too bad. That would be fun.
It could be.
This
Yeah.
is probably one of my favorite top 10s. Always have great movies and good convo over it. Christmas, yes.
Yep.
The new Grinch is I prefer over the Jim Carrey version. The new Grinch.
Oh, the animated one with Benedict Cumberbatch?
The animated one's cool, but it's just there's something about live action.
Yes. The fact that they were able to pull it off,
Yeah.
you know, and they were able to get.
Yeah, he said animated.
It's Benedict Cumberbatch voiced him.
And see, and that's the problem too. When I think animated, I can only think the 1966 version.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know, that is the Grinch. And if you're going to go live action, it's Jim Carrey. But other than that, and it gives Benedict Cumberbatch there a bad rap because, you know,
Yeah.
it's probably a good movie.
It did well. I don't think it was a massive hit, but it did well. And I know there are people that do enjoy it and have mentioned it to me, but it didn't work for me. I don't even know if I watched the whole thing. So I know I was watching it with Eden one time, but I don't think I watched the whole thing.
I don't think I've ever watched it.
But the Jim Carrey one is just phenomenal. And it ticks me off that I cannot find the version that I saw once on TV that has the extra scene when he first comes to town and he drops a ball bearing or a marble and it causes pure chaos. And it was just a marble that started it.
That's a cartoon.
No.
That was in the Jim Carrey
in
one?
the Jim Carrey one. It's a deleted scene, but they put it in for like a TV version. But I only saw it once.
Huh. I don't remember that.
I've seen it. It's out there. It's probably on YouTube. But there is a deleted scene, I guess you would call it, where when he first comes into town and he's wearing that mask,
Yep,
he throws out just a marble or something.
Yes. Wait a minute. Now I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was on the special features of the DVD that I originally bought.
There you go.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
that's where that scene has fallen into the same category as the animated or the robot guns from the original from Aliens.
Yep.
That scene was not in some versions of the film until much later.
Or, keeping with the Christmas movies, the sniper scene in Lethal Weapon. Sneak that in there.
Yeah, I get it.
But that's a scene too that everybody knows, but it's never been really seen other than the odd as special feature.
Okay.
But that's amazing.
I don't even know that scene.
Oh,
so
the sniper at the school?
yeah, I don't know.
Oh, dude, it's on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, look that one up.
It's been a long time since I watched the first Lethal Weapon, though.
Yeah. It's in they have, I guess, an uncut or director's cut of Lethal Weapon with it in, but
Okay.
I've never found it. So.
Okay. Well,
All
I might
right.
have to look for it.
Number 8.
Number 8 from 2020, Batman.
That's my number 5.
I just rewatched that the other day. God, I love that movie. It is such a great different take for Santa Claus and the workshop and all that. But then you throw in Walton Goggins as a very driven hitman assassin,
Disgruntled,
very disgruntled, like
obsessed.
Yeah. It's such a cool flick. It's violent as hell when they get down to that fight.
And Mel Gibson nails it as a grumpy old Santa.
Yep.
But he's still the lovable side. You know what I mean? Like
he still comes out. Yep. But at the end, when he shows up at the kid's house, takes off the eye patch, spoilers. Yeah, the fat man's watching you. All right. Be afraid of Santa. Got it.
Yep. Now you know why they say all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
He is always watching.
And that movie came out of nowhere. There was no hype behind it or anything. It just popped up.
Yep.
And I'm like, what the heck is this? And then, whoa.
I know why they did it, but honestly, I think it was the best marketing for it. Because back then, Mel was not a hot commodity.
Yeah.
He was almost dangerous territory.
Yes.
So they didn't want anything leaking that they were working on a movie with Mel.
Yeah.
But then boom, out of nowhere. And it just kind of blew up.
Yes.
I have never seen this. 8-Bit Christmas.
I watched it a few days ago.
Yeah.
It's good. And I've got a couple people that were like, oh, it's so great. It's great and modern, all this stuff. It's good, but it bugs me. They try too hard on a few of the jokes and stuff.
Okay.
And it really it does borrow the feel of like a Christmas Story. It's got a similar vibe to that and all.
Christmas Story. What's that about? Just kidding.
But
sometimes it's just for the look.
Yeah. But it's good, but it just tries a little too hard, gets a little too silly at a couple spots. Neil Patrick Harris is great though, so, and he's the main in it. He's telling the story to his daughter.
I might have to give that a watch.
It is good. It didn't quite work for me because it gets a little too silly.
Okay. Well, my number 8 will bring us right back to Almost Christmas. Because I watch
Almost Christmas
because I watch this twice a year.
Okay.
The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Again, that's another one that doesn't work for me.
Oh God, I love that movie.
Like Crystal and I like the Tim Burton like stop motion stuff. Coraline particularly is like one of Crystal's favorites, and I love it too. But Nightmare just didn't hold me. Doesn't stick with me.
Dude, I could watch that over and over.
I know a lot of people who do. My daughter does.
You have to be old like me to appreciate 8-Bit. Dude, I grew up on 8-Bit games.
No,
okay?
I appreciate what 8-Bit was because he's retelling the story of how he got his Nintendo.
Oh, okay.
Okay, the original Nintendo, the NES.
Yep.
Okay, I can appreciate that story. It just, the presentation just didn't quite work.
I remember getting my original NES. Sorry, my second one.
I never got one.
No?
Nope.
Oh, because my mom got me one for Christmas the first time. And I think it was 2 years later, we just wore the crap out of it. Literally.
Most people did.
Yeah. Well,
the cartridge wouldn't pop back down. Or
yeah.
You're blowing into every single one.
So literally, I'm living in London and I'm living up by Adelaide and Dundas. And I took a bus all the way down to Wellington, where the 401 is, basically where Toys R Us was at the time.
Okay.
And got it. And I got the stupid game Xenomorph, which I loved in the arcade. It was like a 3 levels. You could have 3 people playing at the same time, and you fight little aliens. They grab onto your face. It was awesome.
I don't know if I remember. I'm drawing a blank on that one.
Oh yeah, look up pictures. You'll remember.
Okay.
But I got home and played the NES version. I was done in half an hour. It's like son of a
wah, wah.
But I remember Nintendo.
I never had a Nintendo because my first, if you want to call it a gaming system, was a Commodore 64.
Oh, I had a VIC-20 too.
That's my dad's favorite Christmas memory is the year they got me the Commodore 64 because every piece was in a separate box. So every time I'm opening up, whoa.
God, you got to do that in the right order though. Oh, goody, a tape deck that goes to nothing.
No, because these were branded, so I knew. Oh, you really? So yeah,
goody,
that was pretty cool. But
Printer
then I had to wait like
deck.
2 days for my uncle to come and hook it all up for me.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because my dad wouldn't let me touch it because he wanted to make sure it got hooked up right, even though it was like plug and play kind of thing, you know.
It's the simplest methods. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, sir. What's your number 7?
My number 7 is from 2022, Violent Night.
Oh,
Santa Meets Die Hard.
That's my number 2.
Your number 2?
Yeah.
Now I was gonna do Fat Man and Violent Night as a double bill for my viewing this year, but I didn't get to Violent Night after Fat Man. But I will be watching it again because it's awesome. I think there's even a screening at the Highland in London coming up.
That is so much fun.
Yes,
that film.
Yes, it is. Which with a neat variation on the backstory for Santa.
Yep.
That's
what I mean. Nothing is really wasted in that film.
No.
It's fun. It's a good story. The characters are just amazing with the acting and everything. It's just like, boom.
But it was original.
Yeah.
Like
as original as you can get.
Yes. And David Harbour, come on.
Literally, it's Die Hard meets Home Alone.
It is.
So it's not original, but it is.
It's so cool. So much fun. David Harbour just crushes quite literally once he gets the sledgehammer.
Yes. Then he's happy. And then that final little scene with the poor John Leguizamo.
Oh,
that's all I can say.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Again, another reason to watch out when Santa's watching you.
Yes.
Let me see. My number 7, and thank you, Robert, because we share the same number 7. Well, the first one, Scrooged.
That's one that fell off my list. It's
What?
in my honorable mentions. I haven't gone back to it in a long time.
Bill Murray.
I'm aware, but I haven't gone back to it. I should, and maybe I'll make it a point to watch it this season, but I haven't gone back to it in a while. So,
All right.
but it is great. Bill Murray's fantastic.
Oh,
Bobcat Goldthwait as the Cratchit
yeah.
of the story. I can never remember her name. Bernadette Peters.
Bernadette Peters.
Like when she hits him with the toaster or toaster oven or whatever it is, and yeah,
that lady does no wrong in her films. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it is. It's a great modernization of the Christmas Carol. Christmas Carol story. So yeah, it stands out for that. But I have another movie on my list that's going to be coming up that is an even better update and variation in my mind.
Fair enough.
So,
well, in that case, what's your number 6?
That's not the one I was thinking of though.
Okay.
But Mickey's Christmas Carol.
Oh yeah.
Is my favorite. It's really my favorite of the traditional Christmas Carol stories. That's my favorite one to watch.
Okay. That's not your number 6.
That is my number 6.
Oh, it is.
That is my number 6. Yes.
Okay.
Even though I think it's only 45 minutes, I still include it in this list. That is my favorite for the traditional Scrooge Christmas Carol story. That's my favorite rendition.
Gotcha.
I
like the one that Jim Carrey did. The again, the motion
rotoscope
capture.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes, that is good. Yes.
Yeah.
But there's something about the Mickey rendition. But again, probably the nostalgia going back to my childhood.
Yeah.
It was our first introduction to Scrooge McDuck. So DuckTales gave us DuckTales from that and all that. So nostalgia plays a huge factor there.
A lot of them, because Rudolph was almost on this list.
That's in my honorable mentions. The Rankin Bass stuff is in my honorable mentions.
Yep. Robert said the Christmas Chronicles 1 and 2. They haven't been around long enough for me to get on my list yet.
I only watched the first one once, and we've never watched the second one.
No.
And the first one was good, but not good enough to catch me.
And I think I fibbed to somebody.
Oh,
because my number 6 is Home Alone. I thought I told somebody it didn't make my list.
You did say that.
Yeah, apparently it did make my list.
Okay.
So Home Alone is on here.
Did you see the news this week? Macaulay Culkin got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Kathleen O'Hara was
Catherine O'Hara was the one who did
that. Was awesome.
That was a nice.
Brought tears to his eyes too. I watched the speech.
I have not watched the speech. I didn't realize it was out there. I'll have to find that because that's one I want to see.
So good, yeah.
But Home Alone it's Home Alone. It's iconic.
It is the epitome of giving. Look what Kevin gives to everybody that comes around. He gives paint cans. He gives tacks. He gives fire. He gives so much.
Yeah,
giving.
But when you look up the list of if that really happened, these guys would have been dead like multiple times over.
Yes.
So it is pretty ridiculous in that respect. But it is such a great movie.
JS, how you doing? We need to know your favorite Christmas movies, dude. I'm doing good. Just to answer your question. But yeah, Home Alone, dude, they would be so dead. Literally.
Yes, they would. I don't remember enough from the second one, the Lost in New York or whatever.
Yeah.
And I've not even considered looking at whatever the new version. They did something recently.
Oh, Home Alone something. Yeah.
And
I watched it. It was okay. It's not horrible, but
I heard recently that they may be going to do another one, but this time it would be Kevin and how he treats his family now based on what happened to him then.
I wouldn't be talking to him.
Like, no, not nothing like he's married with kids.
Yeah. Twice they leave you alone.
No, but like what the story I heard recently is that it'd be him with his kids. And like he's like almost like militant or something, like he's almost like OCD or something about not forgetting anybody.
No doubt.
Or something how it traumatized him or something. There's potential there.
Interesting.
There is potential there.
Matt said Home Alone, great pick, and a great cameo with John Candy.
Oh yes. So a brewery out of Texas of all places just recently put out a John Candy Polka King beer.
Nice.
I kept seeing that popping up all over social media.
That's been needed for a while. I got to be honest. It's been needed for a while. So that brings us to number 5.
Number 5.
Mine's Fat Man.
Yours is Fat Man. So good. Mine is 1994's The Santa Claus.
Oh yes.
The first one with Tim Allen. It's that again. You talk about original.
That was
come
at
up with
that
that
point. Yeah.
Now there is a song. I will play it for you. Well, I'm going to play it for you afterwards. There's a song that a YouTuber made about 4 years ago that's based on the Santa Claus premise. It's my favorite of them for modern Christmas songs. It's by a guy named Danny Gonzalez called "I'm Gonna Kill Santa Claus."
Oh,
I'll play it for you after the show.
Okay.
But it's so much fun. But come on, the concept that if Santa dies, you just put the suit on, you're Santa now. You know, that is so cool.
he would have a target on his back.
That's what the song's about.
Yeah. Oh, Steve-O, Last Christmas with Amelia Clark. Somehow I don't feel he's being genuine.
Considering I'm vaguely aware that movie exists.
Yeah. Oh, good one, JS. Krampus.
Still haven't watched that.
Oh, dude, I got to watch it. Mitch and Stefan invited me on their show where we torment Mitch.
Okay.
And that was the film.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently Steve really likes it.
He's just an Amelia Clark fan.
Yeah, that's what it is. And it's really fun. Krampus. Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah.
I've heard mostly good things. I think I talked to one person who really didn't like it, but
and the end is so ambiguous. I love the end just for that reason.
It came up recently, like on another YouTube thing I was watching, and it was listed on there, and I'm like, I should watch that movie finally.
You should.
I will. I'll make it a point to watch it this season.
Krampus.
I got to catch up on a few different movies that I've missed out on for Christmas stuff. So,
but
I'll get to it.
We know you've watched your number 4. What is that one?
This is the new modernization of A Christmas Carol that I am absolutely in love with. Spirited.
That was on.
He listed it with a couple other ones. Yes.
Where was it?
Right there.
Right there.
Scrooged. Yes.
Spirited and the Muppet Christmas Carol. That was good too.
I don't think I ever watched the Muppet one. No, I don't think I ever did. But Crystal doesn't like the Muppets. So she, for whatever reason, has never liked the Muppets.
Dude, why are you still together? You can't trust anyone who doesn't like the Muppets.
30 years, I kind of like her.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Yes, Spirited is great, says Dr. Steve-O.
Spirited, Ryan Reynolds, Will Ferrell, but the alternate take on the Christmas Carol and the Scrooge story is so original. How they make it out to be basically a TV production.
Interesting, because even JS said Spirited was a great modern Christmas Carol.
It is. It absolutely is, and it's got some fun songs, like some great new songs. It's a great musical, great
new songs. The original had no songs.
Well, like modern and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
One whole song called "Good Afternoon," because in the era of like Scrooge era, "Good Afternoon" was basically "fuck you."
Oh. Like this.
Good afternoon. That's
so he said good afternoon to me.
Basically, yes.
I'll take that.
But
no, he didn't. He said good day.
But yeah, Spirited is so good. It came out last year and we watched it 3 times.
Okay, I gotta watch that.
So one. I cannot recommend it enough. Now it was an Apple TV thing, so I don't know where else you can find it now, but
I might watch Apple TV. I don't know yet.
But Spirited is fantastic.
And Matt says, "Don't forget Ernest Saves Christmas."
I don't remember it. So long ago. Never went.
I watched it, I think, twice before, and I've not watched it since. But I don't think it's because I didn't want to. I think it just gets buried.
Yep, exactly.
With all these other titles.
The only Ernest movie that I know I watched a bunch was Ernest Goes to Camp. The very first Ernest movie.
Or, like Robert says, It's a Wonderful Life. That's his number 4. Long but worth it.
It fell off my list. I haven't gone back to it.
Did my number 4 fall off your list?
What was your number 4?
Gremlins.
Not on my list.
Should be.
Nope. Again,
freaking dresses up as Santa.
Come on now. I get it. No, I get it. But no, I actually haven't watched Gremlins in a few years.
That was original at that time.
Yes, it was.
Because literally there'd been nothing about monsters and at Christmas, and
yep,
especially that style.
Yep.
Of course they destroyed it with Gremlins 2, but hey.
But we may finally get a proper sequel again. Practical, not CGI.
Maybe.
They're talking. There's potential there.
Gremlins, really? Yes, really.
Who
Dr.
made
Stevel.
who made Gremlins?
Joe Dante.
Dante?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I said that pretty quick without really thinking, but I'm pretty sure it's Joe Dante.
Okay.
Oh, and that's what he must be agreeing with me. Ooh, another great movie. It's either that or he's agreeing with Steve. I like to think he's agreeing with me.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, Gremlins.
Gremlins is great. It is a great movie. Dark comedy, for set at Christmas. That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It does have some serious gross out moments too.
All right, let's get to number 3 then, Jason.
Number 3, this is where my top 3 hasn't changed from before. Elf. 2003, Elf. Crystal's favorite Christmas movie. She watches it all year round. And I do love it. It's my favorite Will Ferrell movie. He's just perfect for it.
Is Will Ferrell in that? Just kidding.
Crystal, we were at Giant Tiger the other day, and they had Will Ferrell screaming, "You're a cotton-headed ninny muggins." So she bought it instantly. She wore it to work, and she sent me a picture where she's like prancing around, showing it off.
We're looking to put together a video for a friend of mine. And at the beginning, it has elves because it's a Christmas song.
Mm-hmm.
So Christina's online. She's looking at these costumes and she sees this one really cool pink one. And all these costumes are 30, 35, $40. This one's 90.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, what the heck? So we tap on it and it's what's her name's from
Zoe,
Elf.
yeah, Zoe the Channel from the end of Elf.
Exactly. Yes. So she didn't get that one.
Not in the budget.
No. Oh, look at that. Robert's got Elf too. I already watched it 3 times this year. It did not make my list.
Really?
No, I watched this stuff. Like I do watch Elf,
mm-hmm.
but these 10 are my grails. Like
okay.
I always watch them.
Oh, that's understandable.
But Elf is so much
like
fun.
I said, rewatching, it's and it just Crystal loves that movie, and so do I. Just not as much as my number 2 or number 1.
And I think I have them both written down already.
Well, no,
we'll see.
You have my number 2.
Yep.
I'm sure you have my number 1.
I'm pretty sure I got
But my
it.
number 1 has 2 parts.
You can only count one film.
Nope.
Yeah.
So what's your number 3?
My number 3, Die Hard.
I knew it was going to be on there.
Yep.
I knew it was going to be there. Just like what my number 1 is, but yeah.
And I've already watched it twice. I'm with Robert. I've already watched Die Hard twice since December started.
Okay.
I watched The Grinch once, and I've watched my number 1 once already.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, I don't want to get into that argument again, but sure. Okay.
I do feel what you're saying on that because you're right. Not one single present. Nobody's happy and giddy except at the end, and
yeah,
you see a Christmas tree odds here and there.
Right.
There's no even real indication it's actually Christmas Eve, is it?
It's a Christmas party.
Yeah.
They're at a Christmas party, but
it's never stated it's Christmas Eve.
I think it is.
Is it?
I want to say it is.
What company in their right mind would have an office party Christmas Eve?
Whoever the company name is at Nakatomi Tower.
Fair enough. Okay.
I keep getting an annual invite to the Nakatomi Christmas party on Christmas Eve, so they're still doing it.
Should go.
I should.
Here it's a blast.
In more ways than one.
A couple of them, actually. Okay, number 2.
We know mine was the Grinch, the Jim Carrey Grinch.
There we go. Switch to number 2. Let me see. Mine. Well, we already know mine too.
Oh,
mine's Violent Night.
Okay. Yes. Okay,
yes. Yep. David Harbour as Santa. You cannot compare.
No.
Okay. Mel's good.
Yes.
But freaking David Harbour.
But it makes a good double bill. I just didn't get to it this year, but that would be a great action Santa double bill.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yes. I'm definitely rewatching Violent Night like this week at some point. Like I said, I think there's a screening at the Highland in London coming up. I'm going to confirm that. Okay. Seeing that on the big screen, I didn't see it on the big. I didn't go to the theater to see it.
No.
So no, I waited until it came out at home, and then I kind of kicked back. Why didn't I? So if I get the chance to go see it on the big screen, I think I want to.
There is a friend of mine that we share horror movies.
Yeah.
Anytime there's something really cool, she gets a hold of me, I get a hold of her. We went to see this.
Okay.
And it was a blast.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
That would be that's a fun flick.
Oh, big time. Big time. Okay. Now we're at number 1, and we're going to do this backwards.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you your number 1.
Okay.
Let's see if you can tell me my number one.
Okay,
You should be able to.
I should.
Your number one, well, now that you said two, is A Christmas Story and A Christmas Story 2.
Yes.
Yes.
Christmas Story Christmas.
A Christmas Story Christmas. That's
Yes.
what it is. Yes. You're one of those.
I have to. I
like-
have to.
My favorite sci-fi is Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, New Hope.
Just certain ones that just have to go together. And when a sequel, especially A Christmas Story Christmas, that's one of those 40-year sequels. Is it going to work? And then, so I went into it going, okay, I'm scared, but I watched, and within like 5 minutes, I'm bawling. Okay, they got me. Like, A Christmas Story is my childhood. I told you the story. I remember watching that in the gymnasium in my school, and it had to be just after it came out in theaters. So how the hell they pulled that off, I don't know.
Pure skill.
I don't know. Did they steal the print from the movie theater? I don't know.
Don't put it past them. I know some teachers in my school might have done that.
We had an annual tradition. I can remember at least 3 years of sitting in the gymnasium at McHugh Public School watching A Christmas Story. And then it wasn't until just in the last like 10 years that the math started working out, like, wait a minute, that came out. Like, how the hell did they do that?
Pure skill, buddy.
And then with them delivering A Christmas Story Christmas, what they gave us just was so beautiful, so nostalgic. Yes, that huge factor, but it worked. You know, like everybody was questioning Top Gun Maverick. It worked.
Yeah.
They proved that there's those rare examples of these long-awaited sequels. They can work if you just do it right.
Maverick, A Force Awakens. It proves if you copy Star Wars, you're going to have an amazing film. It's there, right?
I don't know about A Christmas Story Christmas fitting following Star Wars, but
okay, we're really looking outside the envelope on that one.
But I get your point. Yes.
Yeah.
But look at Trainspotting. Trainspotting 2, 20 years later, it worked.
Yeah.
You got to make sure to treat the original material right and try and get that same feel, you know? And that's not easy to do. That's why so many sequels fail, is because they don't stick to anything coming off the original.
And it's so hard to do the original story again. Like Lethal Weapon is a rarity because the original story you can't duplicate.
No.
Right?
No.
As evident by Highlander, you have a great story. It's not always duplicatable.
No.
But they altered the story enough that people still cared about the characters. So
yeah, Lethal Weapon is one of those rare series where, to a lot of people, they get better as you go.
Yeah, mine's 1, 3, 4, and 2. Like 2 to me is the weakest, but it's still good.
I've never really tried to put them in an order. For me, 3 is my number one. Like, I've watched 3 so many times.
Oh, so yeah, 1 I watch religiously, but then the next one is 3.
Okay. Well, yeah. See, I've never really tried to put them in order. I would probably, just off the top of my head, I'd probably go 3, 1, 2, 4.
4 is the worst for you.
But it's a tight race though. Like,
but yeah, it seemed like 2 is the worst for me, but it's still good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I feel what you're saying.
Right. It's the worst of the best kind of thing, you know?
Right.
Like, so
I missed this. Robert Taylor said his number 2 was White Christmas.
I don't think I ever watched it.
Love me some Bing Crosby.
I know the song, but I don't think I ever watched the movie.
I haven't watched it in a long time. I think the last time I watched it was actually with my grandmother. And
okay.
So that was quite a while ago. And then his number 1, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Not surprised to see that on there. Not at all.
Yeah. See, Marcel loved it too.
Mm.
So yeah, your number 1 is Christmas Story.
Yes, it is.
What's my number 1?
I don't know now. I'm honestly, I'm lost as to what it could be. Yes. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me look at my honorable mentions here.
Because this is always in my list for a few things. He doesn't care. Yeah. I see how it is.
Well, okay. I'm a month sober off weed, so I still have a bit of the green haze, and it's blocking my memories.
Excuses.
Jingle All the Way.
No,
that's
not even on my list.
Throwing something out there. I'm sorry, dude. I don't know.
This might be one you would consider not on the list, but I would fight you on it because there is a lot of like giving and loving and stuff. Love Actually.
Oh yeah, I did know that. Damn it! I flat out said that to Crystal yesterday. I flat out said that to her. Damn it! How did I not do that? I'm so sorry that I had that blank. Because I'm telling you, I said that to Crystal yesterday. I said this is Rob's favorite Christmas movie, and I don't know why people love it so much because it makes cheating acceptable.
No.
It makes infidelity acceptable.
Who cheated? Alan Rickman, and he paid for it. He's got no wife now.
Okay, yeah, but what's Andrew Lincoln doing with those signs, huh?
Did nothing.
What's he trying to do? What's he trying to
He's
do?
trying to express his feelings, and then he can move on.
He's trying to steal his friend's girl.
No, he wants to express his feelings and then move on. You see how that worked out, because look how angry he is in Walking Dead. Okay? Seriously. That stuck with him for so long.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Damn it. It kind of bothers me that people like that, but that scene, like infidelity, just come on.
That's not infidelity.
How is it not? He's legit trying to steal his friend's girl.
Nowhere in there does it say, come with me. He is just saying, no thing and no purpose. I got to tell you, this is how I'm feeling. And now I can go on with my life.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's walking away. She kisses him. He runs back in. She walks back in.
She kisses him. Ha-ha.
And that's it.
She kisses him. She kissed another man. That's infidelity.
Have you ever kissed another woman?
No. Outside of my mother or my daughter? No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, I don't know where it's going with that. That doesn't help my point.
But no, I do get it. That movie
is
pretty sweet and romantical, but we have never gone back to it. So that's not a regular watch. Crystal doesn't get in for the sappy stuff.
No.
Surprisingly, Crystal's not a normal woman in that way. She doesn't go for the romantical stuff.
I have so much fun because of the different stories going on at the same time with Hugh Grant, right? With Alan Rickman and freaking Rowan Atkinson. Like, that scene is gold.
I only vaguely remember it.
Oh my God.
But I know Rickman is great and everything. So
wait, what? Marcel, tell me you didn't just type that. Never heard of that one.
What?
How do I kick people out? How do I do that?
I don't think you can.
I don't think I can. Marcel, you have homework tonight or tomorrow. I'm not a slave driver. Watch Love Actually. Okay.
Marcel, I'll do it for you. Give it a good, honest watch.
Oh, he pulled out the card. Now you gotta watch.
You got to. It's you're contractually obligated.
That's right. Just by logging in, you've signed that contract. Oh, he agreed. That worked out really good.
The power,
right? But just the cast list alone, like you said,
that's a huge ensemble cast. Yes,
yeah. Andrew Lincoln, Keira Knightley, Hugh Grant, Colin Firth. To keep going.
Alan Rickman, Rowan Atkinson,
Emma Thompson, Laura Pauly.
Is that the girl that Hugh Grant hooks up with?
No,
I don't know her. I didn't recognize her from anything else.
Laura, she is the one that has the brother that isn't well, so she's constantly talking to him on the phone.
Okay.
Right. She's the only American in this British movie.
I think I remember the one. Yep.
Bill Nye is in it.
Oh, yeah.
As the outdated singer.
Yep.
Right.
I remember that. I do remember him.
I'm trying to go through my head with all the different stories that were going on. Sienna Miller is in it, just briefly, but she's still in it.
It counts.
Yeah, dude, it's so much fun.
It is a huge ensemble cast. It's one of the first that of the like a themed and like I don't want to call it anthology, but
it kind of is.
like Valentine's Day with Ashton Kutcher and Topher Grace and whatnot.
I consider it an anthology only because there are 4 separate stories, 4 or 5 actually, but it's not because of the end how they all mix together. You know, Liam Neeson. Thank you, James.
Yes, Liam Neeson. And is it the kid who played Joffrey? Who's the little kid?
Oh, Trombley.
Not Jacob Tremblay.
No, it's not either.
No,
Adam something.
But that kid, he went on to Game of Thrones, didn't he? Oh, that's Alfie Allen.
No. The next time we saw him big was in Queen's Gambit.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? I thought that kid was in Game of Thrones.
Oh, and we didn't even touch on this. Jamie loves every Hallmark Christmas movie. He seems surprised by the reveal or twist at the end. It was Santa the whole time. Those were elves.
I've never.
I actually have
I
never.
steer clear of Hallmark stuff. I can't do it.
Well, I hear so many horror stories from my friends that direct them. Like my one buddy, he goes, "If I see another corgi, I'm gonna scream," because there was a film called A Very Corgi Christmas, and they're freaking everywhere.
There's I don't remember the title now, but thanks to Twitter or X or whatever you call it, there is one that I think I do need to watch though, because it has our friend in it. Sarah Booth is in a Hallmark flick.
Really?
Yes.
Which one?
That's why I can't remember the name of it. I just saw it was thrown up on Twitter like a week ago. She's in a Hallmark flick. She's not the lead, but she's like one of the support, like a best friend or something in it.
Oh, and Marcel, Home Alone. Yes, we did get that one. It was on my list, and I didn't think it was.
yeah, it was like your number 6 or something.
Yeah, it was my number 6.
Yeah, Home Alone.
She is not on IMDb under Sarah Michael Booth.
No, it's Sarah Booth.
Our Christmas Mural.
That's okay. Yeah, that does ring a bell. Yes,
that's
she is in there.
Everybody needs to go see right now. Where is this streaming?
What, at the Hallmark Channel?
Probably. Is that the only place to watch it?
Probably. I don't know if they have do they have their own streaming service?
They should. They've got enough.
I'm to be surprised if they didn't.
Titles like.
They put out Christmas movies like all year long. They used to make a big thing about Christmas in July, and now I think it's Christmas in June and July.
Let me see here. Oh, the Hallmark Channel. It's definitely on the Hallmark Channel.
So they must have, maybe they have a Roku channel or something with that's all Hallmark. I don't know. I'll find it.
Whatever, get out of there. Move. It's available. Oh, it's on Peacock.
Peacock.
There we go.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Yes.
So
Our Christmas Mural on Peacock,
which is not available in Canada,
but they have Paramount Plus here, which is the same thing.
It is? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's on Prime then. Okay.
Yeah. Well, through Prime you can get it.
Paramount Plus is on Prime here. So.
Oh, it's a separate channel too.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've only ever seen it on Prime.
Prime offers about 6 other channels you can get through Prime.
Okay.
Shutter's in there, Showcase,
okay.
Super Channel.
I don't know how that worked, but okay.
Yes, Steve, you have to watch Our Christmas Mural.
It's for Sarah.
Exactly.
Got to support Sarah.
100%.
The more we watch Sarah, the more she gets out there and we get to see her more.
Exactly. Kind of like in Three Pines. Gosh, she was so good in Three Pines.
She was. I don't understand why that show didn't get picked up.
Budgetary reasons, probably.
Yeah, that's one of those ones that I'm going to question. Why? Because that was so well done, so good, topical for Canada, like very Canadian, which there's not enough of.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
Yeah. I used to what?
I used to support Sarah till now. Mr. Anti-Hallmark.
Oh, is that it? Okay.
I'm thinking.
Okay.
Yes, dude, come on. It's just one movie.
The next time she comes to town, Steve, I'd like you to say that to her face, because I got a feeling she'll have words for you. She's feisty. Oh,
Matt, what's going on here? Dr. Steve is a wise man.
Oh, okay. This is breaking down. They're turning on us, man.
Does Sarah have a brother named Eric?
I couldn't tell you.
Couldn't tell you, but see, Booth is not her maiden name.
No.
Booth is her married name.
Yeah, I don't even know what her maiden name is.
Actually, come to think of it, neither do I. Yeah, we're watching you, Matt.
She was always just Gavin's wife, and it's her. It's
Gavin
Sarah.
Michael Booth.
She didn't take on the Michael part, though, so it's not Sarah Michael Booth. You got to stop looking for that.
No, that's what it's gotta. How many IMDb credits does she have here? 63 with 3 upcoming.
Okay.
Looking Up is in post-production. Tupper Who is in post-production. And Festival Darling is in post-production. All 3 shorts.
I wonder if one of those is Gavin, maybe.
He's got his dirty little fingers all over most of them.
Probably.
I support Sarah in everything she has done, except this.
Good cover.
Can't even watch a Hallmark movie. Dude.
I don't want to watch Hallmark movies either, but I will try to find that one just for her.
Yeah, I might go get Paramount Plus just for a day. I get a 30-day free trial.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go.
Does
Just to watch that.
Does that still support her?
Well, if it's on there, then yes, it should.
Okay.
As long as the movie as long as that movie's on there.
So I think Steve's making his point. Never. That's how I read that anyway.
Yep.
It's,
Definitely comes across as like a defiant.
it definitely does. Definitely does. Anyway, those are our Christmas picks. Thank you for throwing in yours too. There's some good ones in there, other than Stevel's. But I know that next year will probably be different with a few more additions from this year's Christmas outings. There's a couple I haven't seen yet.
Like what?
Well,
I'm not familiar with too many new ones.
Cameron's watching one right now called Silent Night.
Oh, that's a John Woo flick starring Joel Kinnaman.
Yeah.
And if I heard correctly, it's silent. The whole movie is actually silent.
There's half a dozen words.
Okay.
So it's like Willy's Wonderland, except Willy's Wonderland had no words.
No, it had words. Just Nicolas Cage didn't speak any.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Sorry. That's right.
Yeah. Willy's Wonderland. Willy's Wonderland. Nicolas Cage just didn't say anything.
Wait a minute. So Wick was an assassin, and this guy's just watching how to videos on YouTube and beats gang members. And while the silence is driving me crazy, I'll credit the actor for acting so well without speaking. So there we go. That's in real time. Like he's watching the movie right now.
Okay.
So.
And he's saying that about Joel Kinnaman? Because Joel Kinnaman usually catches crap for his acting.
No, he said he gives him credit for being able to act without speaking.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. I'm curious about it. And it was directed by John Woo. So
he goes,
I'm
curious.
Like
25 to 30 minutes of movie. There's been all of one line of dialogue, not counting radio and various random noises. He goes, and so far it's just John Wick, but worse and silent.
I'm curious. I'll be looking for it.
Yes.
And Charlie Brown Christmas, it's in my honorable mentions. It's,
Yeah. It's like the Rasbankin. You always go to them.
Yep.
But I don't know if I'd label them as my movies. That's why it didn't make my list.
I always just keep them in my honorable mentions because they do cross my path every year. Usually try to watch them with Eden. So.
And Steve says, obviously not a great movie if he's texting.
That does say something.
Yep. If he's distracted, there's a reason. But, all right, everybody. Thank you so much for chiming in with the lists. This has been fun.
Yeah.
Sorry, James, you missed it. I know we got you in there for one comment. What did he say?
Really?
Oh, yeah. Liam Neeson. He was the one who told us Liam Neeson was in love.
I didn't realize that James that threw that in.
Yep. So, but we'll get him back next week.
Yep. Maybe.
Come hell or high water.
Maybe.
I got an IV hookup. He'll be fine.
Okay.
Anyway, for another week at the Movie Madhouse, I'm Rob.
I'm Jason.
Oh yeah, waiting for James.
I'll do it.
All right, we'll see you later.
Doodles.
Shut up! It's a madhouse!